They called me a man of principle, a man of discipline, a man of iron. But sitting here tonight, in this empty house that smells of old wood and silence, I call myself a fool. You are watching this because you think strength means never apologizing. You think resilience means building walls so high that no one can hurt you. I thought so too. For 80 years, I treated my emotions like enemies. I strangled them. I buried them. I won every battle, but I lost the war. 3 days ago, my phone rang at 2 a.m. It was a number I had deleted 30 years ago. I almost didn't answer. My pride, that cold, heavy stone in my chest, told me to let it ring. Let him beg, I thought. He was the one who walked away. But I picked up, and the voice on the other end wasn't his. It was a nurse. And in 1 second, 30 years of silence, 30 years of principles, 30 years of waiting for an apology turned into ash. He is gone, and I am left here with my victory. My perfect, silent, empty victory. His name was Michael. He was everything I was not. I was the stone, he was the water. I was the soldier, he was the poet. We grew up in this house. We swore we would always have each other's backs. Blood is thicker than water, our father used to say, but pride is thicker than blood. I remember the date perfectly, November 14th, 1995. It was raining. He came to me asking for help, not charity, help. He had a dream, a foolish business idea. He needed money. I had the money. It wouldn't have ruined me, but I had my principles. I told him, a man stands on his own 2 feet. If I help you now, I make you weak. I thought I was teaching him a lesson about strength. I thought I was being a good older brother. He looked at me. He didn't scream. He didn't fight. He just looked at me with a disappointment so deep it felt like a knife. He said, "Arthur, you love your rules more than you love your family." Then he walked out that door. I told myself, he will be back in a week. He will realize I was right. He will apologize. I sat in this chair and waited. 1 week turned into 1 month. 1 month turned into 1 year. They say time heals all wounds. That is a lie. Time cements them. Every Christmas, I thought about calling him. I would pick up the phone, and then the voice in my head would start whispering, "Why should you call? He walked away. He disrespected you. If you call first, you lose. You show weakness." That voice, that accursed voice of pride. It sounded like strength, but it was really just fear. I missed his wedding. I heard about it from a cousin. I didn't send a gift. Principles, remember? I missed the birth of his daughter, my own niece. I have never seen her face. I built a fortress of righteousness. I told myself I was the patriarch, the one holding the moral high ground. But let me tell you something. The air is very thin up there on the high ground, and it is very, very cold. 30 years, 10,950 days. Do you know how much life happens in 30 years? And I traded it all. For what? To be right? To win an argument that no one even remembers? Then came Tuesday. The phone rang. I knew. Before I even picked it up, I knew. The air in the room felt heavy, like before a thunderstorm. The nurse had a kind voice. She told me it was his heart. It happened quickly. He wasn't in pain. She asked me, "Are you a family member?" I opened my mouth to say yes, but the word got stuck in my throat. Was I? Was I still family after 30 years of absence? I drove to the hospital. I don't remember the drive. I just remember the rain hitting the windshield like bullets. I walked into his room. He was already gone. He looked so small. My little brother. The boy I used to protect from bullies. The man I abandoned because of a business loan? Because of an argument about money? I stood over his body and I waited for him to wake up. I wanted to yell at him. "Get up! We haven't finished our fight. You can't leave yet." But silence is the loudest sound in the world. I touched his hand. It was cold. And in that coldness, I felt the weight of every single day I wasted. I brought my principles into that hospital room, and they meant nothing. Absolutely nothing. At the funeral, a young woman approached me. She had his eyes. My niece. I expected her to scream at me, to spit on me. I deserved it. Instead, she handed me a letter. It was old. The paper was yellowed and soft. She said, "He wrote this 10 years ago. He kept it in his desk. He said he was waiting for you to come home so he could give it to you himself." I opened it. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely read. It wasn't an angry letter. It didn't blame me. It just said, "Dear Artie, I miss you. I'm sorry I asked for money. I don't care about the business. I just want my big brother back. The door is always open." He had forgiven me decades ago. While I was sitting in my fortress, polishing my pride, he was waiting with the door open. I collapsed. The Iron Colonel, the man of stone. I fell to my knees in the mud of that cemetery, and I wept like a child. I realized then that I wasn't strong. I was the weakest man on earth. It takes strength to say, "I'm sorry." It takes strength to forgive. Building a wall is easy. Tearing it down, that is the work of a hero. And I was no hero. So look at me. Look at this old man in an empty house. I have my money. I have my principles. I won the argument. But I would give every single cent, every drop of blood in my veins, just to have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to drink a coffee with my brother and tell him I love him. But I can't. That time is gone. Sold for the price of my ego. Don't be like me. If there is someone you haven't spoken to, call them. Today. Right now. Put down your pride. It is a heavy shield, and it will crush you in the end. Be strong enough to be soft. Be brave enough to forgive. Don't wait for the hospital call. Because one day, the phone will ring, and it will be too late. Don't let your story end like mine.